Folks, let me ask you a question. If the Warriors had a first-time All-Star, who do you think it would be? Obviously, it can't be Draymond, can't be Steph, can't be Wiggins. They've been All-Stars before. Jonathan Kuminga, Brandin Podziemski, Moses Moody, Trayce Jackson-Davis, Kyle Anderson, DeAnthony Melton, Buddy Hield, someone I didn't name? Well, ESPN Insiders put out their 2024-2025 NBA predictions, and they named a potential first-time All-Star from the Warriors. And it's a player you probably don't expect. And if this player is named an All-Star, then I personally think this is the downfall of the Warriors. It means this two-build system of trying to have this next generation going and build a gap with our current veterans is not working. And this player we're banking our future on is not having a good season. And that's not good for the Warriors and what we're trying to do. So who's this player? We're going to break it down in the whole report on Warriors Digest here with Randy Silver. If you're new here, if you're here daily, thank you for being with us. We break down Warriors news around everything with the team, free agency, trades, training camp is coming up, regular season, schedule releases, you name it. We cover the Warriors here in Warriors Digest. We've gained over 100 followers in the past 36 hours. Thank you so much. Helping us get to our goal of 6,000 by the end of August. At this pace, we should be there in a couple days. So if you're new here, please hit subscribe. Help us grow the Warriors Digest channel for us to grow the reach of Warriors Digest. And you stay up to date with your favorite team, the Warriors. Thank you. Okay, so let's get to this report. Let me make sure I have this squared away. Which player will get his first All-Star nod? Wemby makes perfect sense. Saw what he did in the Olympics. He was on the All-Olympics NBA basketball team, was the reigning Rookie of the Year, or is the reigning Rookie of the Year. Who else did they vote? Chet Holmgren, OKC, makes perfect sense. Mikal Bridges moving to the Knicks. Surprising, potentially. He's not been All-Star before. East, a little bit easier. I mean, he was in the East with Brooklyn, but maybe he'll get more recognition with the Knicks. Jamal Murray, not been All-Star before, also. A bit interesting. I mean, he kind of feels like he's on the downspin a little bit. He's had some injuries. Cade Cunningham with Detroit. Evan Mobley, Cavaliers. And who do you see right there with the Warriors? Buddy Hield. And then you got Jaime Jaquez Jr. with the Heat. But Buddy Hield, 3 points. Do you know who I don't see? Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Brandin Podziemski. And folks, this is not good for the Warriors. I'm going to focus on the fact that Hield is getting it over Jonathan Kuminga. Why? Because if we look at the starting five, and I'm going to make one note here, I think it's Curry, Podziemski, Kuminga, Green, Trayce Jackson-Davis. That's kind of what it was at the end of last season. I think Wiggins comes off the bench as your sixth man, or maybe this is your depth lineup. But still, if this is your starting five and you see reserves, Buddy Hield, that means something has happened. Either Kuminga is not playing good, Kuminga is hurt, or Buddy Hield is playing out of his mind and has taken Kuminga's spot, even if Kuminga's playing good. Because Hield is your forward, where Wiggins' position is. Maybe you put him at the 2, but no, he's more of a wing player at the 3. He can't really guard well enough to be a 2. So, if we're looking at this right here, this is not good. I mean, give credit to Hield, resurrecting his career, coming to Golden State. That means he's probably shooting 40% from 3. He's averaging 18 to 22 points a game. We know Warriors fans vote players in on their team well, high voting. Last season, he only averaged 12 points, him being Hield. But we're banking on Kuminga. We did not trade him this offseason because we think he's the future, a future All-Star, future All-Pro. Kuminga's going for 5 years. 5 years, $224 million. He wants that Supermax deal, just like Franz Wagner got with Orlando. Scotty Barnes got with Toronto. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. The Toronto player. Now, Kuminga, he wants that. And are you going to give that much money to someone who's not an All-Star? Someone who's a veteran who feels like he's on the downside of his career? beating you out for your position. So this is not good for the Warriors. This needs to be Kuminga. He didn't even get voted to be an All-Star. This needs to be Kuminga being an All-Star for the growth of the team this year, for the growth of Kuminga to prove he is the guy, deserves the money, and for what we will be, we being the Warriors, what the Warriors will be after Curry is gone. We need a second player to step up. We did not get marketed. Apparently, again, there was never a real thing. We haven't traded or tried to trade for Levine that we know of. Trade for Ingram, Brandon Ingram, Zach LaVine. We missed out on Paul George, another all-star out there potentially. No. What is Mike Dunleavy Jr. saying? What is Joe Lacob saying? We want the youngsters to fulfill the roles needed with Chris Paul and Klay Thompson leaving. So Kuminga has got to step up and make the threes, slasher, better defense, a team leader going into his fourth year. Podziemski, first team all-rookie. He didn't get any votes here. I mean, it makes sense as well. It's a competitive 1-2 position to get to the All-Star game. Also, Curry's going to be dominating most of that. Moses Moody, not going to get enough playing time, most likely, to be even considered. And Trayce Jackson-Davis, still young, competitive position there. Like, you got Wemby, you got Chet, as they just put, AD, Jokic. But Hield, they think he will make it in this offense, which is great for him. Great for the Warriors recognizing a player to fill Klay Thompson's position when he walked away. But for the Warriors to be good, for the Warriors to be successful for the now and the future, that's got to be Kuminga. For someone who's talked about he wants the bag, he wants that recognition. I love Kobe. I want to be like Kobe. He's an idol to me. To have someone come in and be that person when it should be you, that's a detriment to Kuminga. And that's going to hurt us now in the long run. Now, you could look at this as well. Kuminga's on that last year. He's a restricted free agent if we don't sign him this offseason. And maybe he's not playing well and you don't want to re-sign him and you let him go. You could become an all-star somewhere else. But I truly think, and again, comment your thoughts. Let me know. I think you need Kuminga to be that all-star next to Steph Curry, who you know, if he plays his level, will be all-pro, MVP level again, will be a surefire all-star. Needs to be Kuminga and Curry to be an all-star. Maybe Wiggins gets back to an all-star level. If Draymond's playing an all-star level, this team is humming. But for Hield, that means he's either A, taking Kuminga's spot to me, or B, Kuminga's not playing well and he's not deserving of an all-star. That's not good for this Warriors team for what we're trying to build and what the organization is looking at. So comment your thoughts. Let me know. And also, let's just go through the rest of these predictions for you. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. Which team will make a major leap? Pretty easy guess here. Memphis Grizzlies. They were a playoff team 2 years ago. John Morant got in trouble for holding the weapon multiple times on camera, went on social media, and what happened to him? He was suspended 25 games, came back, hurt his shoulder, was out for the season. Barely played. This team was a top 3, top 4 team 2 years ago. They're going to get back to the playoffs if they play their team. Jared Jack Jr., a perennial defensive player of the year. Their youngsters got another year under the belt. They'll be there. Spurs with Wemby. Chris Paul is a floor general. Expect them to make a jump to the play-in, maybe the edge of the playoff area, play-in area. But then Golden State, you see right there, 18 points. Rated the third-ranked team to have the potential to make a leap. We won 46 games last year. 46 games. I predicted we'll win 50 games this year. This is saying, hey, Warriors will win more games. With Melton, with Hield, with Anderson, the young players stepping up. Wiggins getting back to his all-pro level, all-star level. Curry playing at MVP level. You got Looney as the backup. What could Daquan Plowden do as a two-way player? Santos coming off the Olympics with Brazil. Quinten Post, will he sign? Where are we going to go with him? Beekman, there's a lot of potential. I'd even mention Lindy Waters, who we traded for. There's a lot going on here. The team is better all around, you have to say. Now, can they gel together to be successful? These insiders think they will. And here's the rest of the breakdown. Now, the opposite side, who will take the tumble? Lakers. Lakers made the play-in last year, made it to the first round of the playoffs, was beating Denver in basically every game, double digits at points. But they lost in the first round. They think they'll be worse this year. First-year head coach under J.J. Redick. Basically the same team of LeBron, AD coming back. You got Austin Reeves, but they didn't do much in the offseason. So they think they're going to actually be worse off this year. Clippers, losing Kawhi Leonard makes perfect sense, and then you can break down. You see the Warriors. Some people actually think the Warriors will drop off. The video I had with George Karl, people were laughing and loving in good or bad ways. The Warriors, 36 wins. Karl said, no way, won't even get there. 36 wins is how many national TV games they have? 36. He said, we're getting less. Some reporters think the Warriors will hit 46 again. We talked about All-Star nod. Biggest impact, Paul George going to Philadelphia 76ers. Makes perfect sense here. A new big three in the NBA with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George. Can George get them over the hump of being in the Eastern Conference semifinals and just make the Eastern Conference Finals? Bridges being traded from Brooklyn to the Nets. Caruso traded from the Chicago Bulls to Thunder. DeMar DeRozan going to bring a lot of scoring to Sacramento Kings over from Chicago. Chris Paul leaving the Warriors, of course. He's now the floor general with Wemby and San Antonio Spurs. And Klay Thompson leaving the Warriors to go be a three-point threat with Dallas Mavericks, helping spread the floor for Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. What superstar may be traded? A couple of these we've been linked to. Brandon Ingram, Zach LaVine, or will request a trade. Trae Young, Jimmy Butler with the Heat. Kevin Durant, will he come back to Golden State if he wants to get out of Phoenix, it's not going well. And Darius Garland. So interesting report. Now again, it takes me back to what I was saying. If Golden State is going to be a good team this year, a good team moving forward, you need Podziemski, Kuminga, Trayce Jackson-Davis to all up-level their game. Moody to up-level the game. We did not trade them this offseason expecting that. So if Hield is coming in and being an all-star over Jonathan Kuminga, I think something's gone terribly wrong. That's not good for this team. You may differ. You may say, you know what? Good riddance to Kuminga. We don't need him anyways. Let's try to go get a second player. And comment your thoughts and let me know. Of course, if you're new here, appreciate you watching the video. Help us get to 6,000 subscribers. It will mean the world to me. And then we're off to 10. Bye, y'all.